Hello and welcome back to Football Scrutiny. Today we're going to be analysing the second Champions League semi-final of 2019-2020. Olympique Lyonnais against FC Bayern Munich. The game started slowly for Bayern Munich, with Olympique Lyonnais making plenty of offensive transitions from that mid-block to really cause problems for that high Bayern Munich defensive line. Before we get into the analysis, why not check out some of our previous videos like Manchester United against Sevilla in the Europa League semi-final, or the tactical analysis of PSG Atalanta in the Champions League quarter-finals, Red Bull Leipzig against Paris Saint-Germain in the semi-finals, and also our previous analysis of Barcelona against Bayern Munich, that 8-2 loss for Barcelona. Check out that analysis. Plenty of great feedback from everybody, and I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who subscribed to the channel, sharing our videos and giving it that big thumbs up. Really appreciate it, and hopefully the channel will start growing soon. Right, let's get into the analysis. Starting off by taking a look at that system from Olympique Lyonnais. 3-5-2 in attack, the two wide players moving higher up the pitch. In the defensive phase, a really tight 5-3-2 defensive block, with those three midfielders really compact in the middle there. In the second half, they switched more to a 5-4-1. Bayern Munich lining up with exactly the same players that won 8-2 against Barcelona. 4-2-3-1. In the attacking phase, lots of movement and mobility, picking up different positions, and the defensive phase keeping that high defensive line, which often got caught out with the offensive transitions by Olympique Lyonnais from their defensive mid-block. So let's start with that defensive mid-block then, that 5-3-2 system. When the ball would be shifted out to the side, they would shift across. If they could, they would shift across with a striker to be able to press. Now if you take a look at the positions from Bayern Munich players, then we can see the distance in between Boateng and Alaba. Menphis Depay there in the middle is the man that's going to receive the ball for this counter-attack. So when the ball arrives to Davies, Thiago comes inside, he's going to receive the ball and try and play a pass in between the lines from that defensive line of three midfielders from the Olympique Lyonnais. When he tries, the ball gets intercepted and there's an early ball into Menphis Depay. Here we can see the distance in between Alaba and Boateng. Plenty of space there to be able to filter a pass into the space for him to run onto. That's exactly what happens. Ball into Depay, and then Neuer does really well, comes out, slows him down, reduces the angle and makes Depay go around him. And that's why Neuer is one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Stretching out, and even if that ball was on target, the likelihood is that he's going to get his fingertips to that and just tip it around the post. Excellent goalkeeping, but unlucky not to be 1-0 up in the first few minutes of the match. Just want to talk about some of the clever positioning and movements from Bayern Munich. Here we've got that 5-3-2 setup from Olympique Lyonnais, and the general positioning which the Bayern Munich players pick up. What I want to point out is this movement here from Thiago. He moves out, picks up the attention of the striker and also the midfielder, which then leaves extra space for Alaba to bring the ball forward and play passes into either Müller or into Lewandowski. Perisic also makes these movements inside, and by moving in behind the defensive line, then it creates even more space for Müller and Lewandowski. When those balls come in, as you can see with Davies moving up on the sides, you've got a 2 against 1 or a 3 against 2 situation there with those right back and the right centre back. So here we can see that movement there from Thiago, moving in, taking the attention of two players, allowing space for Alaba to bring the ball forward. And now we can also see that movement from Perisic, moving away, drag the defensive line backwards and create even more space in the middle for Lewandowski. And obviously if that pass comes into there, he's now got more space than if Perisic hadn't made that move. It's good play all round from the Bayern Munich players. Lots of mobility, Davies getting forward, really dangerous in attack, creates plenty of passing lines, and really just ensures that they can keep possession. Another example of clever positioning and movements, especially the latter. Brilliant movement from all of the players up front. Here Lewandowski moves away, and he's going to create space for Müller to occupy it in behind that midfield three from Olympique Lyonnais. So as you can see, Lewandowski has moved away, and that's created space which Müller has now occupied. Now I want to highlight the attention to when Gnabry moves out into the side. The left defender is going to jump out to Kimmich, another defender with Gnabry, and here's the clever bit. Gnabry has just moved out of that space, and because he's moved out of that space, he's pointing into Müller to be able to move into it. So Müller makes that run into that space. Good communication from the team, and now that Müller's moved out of that space and the man's gone with him, he's now communicating to his teammates to occupy the space that he's just left. So that's 3 different movements, 3 different players, all communicating to each other that they should be now occupying the space which they've just evacuated. Very intelligent play from Bayern Munich. Okay, so now talking about the transitions again from Olympique Lyonnais. Here's one of the opportunities which they had with a high defensive line. No pressure on the ball. For me, they should be dropping back. They try and maintain that high defensive line and get caught out. So there's that ball in. Depay with 2 against 2 in the area. Could he have crossed it first time? Probably not really. As a one-on-one at the edge of the box. Puts in a bit of a shot, come cross. And with his teammate moving into this area, he's unlucky not to get his head on that ball and make it 1-0. So that's 2 golden opportunities in the early minutes of the match. And this was the third, another quick attack from Olympique Lyonnais. Really difficult to try and put in this first time ball, but if he had, for me that was a goal. But having said that, Neuer might just save it. Takes it into the box and he tries to play it across the 6-yard box. If he does, you can imagine it would be a goal, but blocked off by Boateng at that near post. If he pulls it back though into Menphis Depay, you can imagine that that was going to be a goal as well. So 3 golden opportunities in the first minutes. And again, high defensive line from Bayern, not a lot of pressure on the ball. Davies not in line with his defence, and he gets caught wrong side of the striker. So when that ball comes in now, he's not offside, and any pass into here could potentially have led to a goal. I thought he should have passed it, to be honest, but it's a little bit touch and go. Great turn to be able to turn Alaba and also Davies to have that shot just in front of goal and somehow misses and hits the post. That's 4 golden opportunities in the first 16 minutes of the match. But then, of course, Bayern Munich just showed their class. Gnabry is world class. But what actually went a little bit unnoticed, I find, is that Kimmich put in a beautiful little lofted pass over the top of that left winger or that left wing back. Just dropped it into Gnabry. And Gnabry then had plenty of space to actually take that first touch inside. That for me wasn't a great surprise that he takes that touch, but what did surprise me is that he just kept going. Driving inside, driving into this position, in between 6 or 7 players, and then smashed it in the net from the edge of the box. Unbelievable goal and worthy to get his team into a Champions League final. Second goal then, again, Gnabry picks the ball up, drives inside, drives all the way through, plays a pass into Perisic, and then Perisic puts the ball into Lewandowski, and somehow he misses, but Gnabry is there to pick up the pieces and put it in the back of the net. Moving on to the third goal, free kick from the side, crossed in, Lewandowski finally gets his head on the ball, gets his goal, which he thoroughly deserved. 3-0 into the Champions League final. So in conclusion, for me, Olympique Lyonnais only had one plan, that 5-3-2 defensive system in that mid-block and trying to get counter-attacks from those positions behind that high defensive line from Bayern Munich. Not clinical in front of goal. If they had have scored those opportunities they had in the first 15, 16 minutes of the match, they could have had 4. Bayern Munich positional play was excellent. It meant that they dominated possession. Although they did have that high defensive line, which they got caught out numerous times in the first 16 minutes, the fact that they have got clever players and clever movement meant that they were able to get the first goal with world-class actions from Gnabry. Davies and Gnabry have so much pace on those wings, it was really difficult for Lyonnais to be able to contain them. In the end though, Bayern Munich deserved the win, and even if Olympique Lyonnais had scored early, you wouldn't bet against Bayern Munich scoring 2 or 3 goals to go through to the final. Deserved finalists, looking forward to making our analysis of the final and also a preview of PSG against Bayern Munich in 2020 Champions League final.